There is a song playing in your head right now. Maybe it started an hour ago. Maybe it has been looping all day, the same 8 seconds of melody circling like water around a drain. You did not choose it. You cannot stop it. And here is the uncomfortable part. Nobody is playing it. There is no sound in the room. Your brain is generating music entirely on its own, against your will, and it will not tell you why. Most people assume a stuck song is just a glitch, a little mental hiccup, something annoying but meaningless, like a popcorn kernel wedged in your teeth. But the real answer is far stranger. That looping melody is a window into how your brain actually works, and it reveals something your ancestors would have understood better than you do. Your mind is not a recorder, it is a prediction machine, and a stuck song is what happens when the prediction machine catches itself in a trap it built for survival. Start with what this thing actually is. Scientists call it involuntary musical imagery. You probably call it an earworm. The word comes from the German earworm, and it describes music that plays in your head without any effort, without any sound, and without your permission. It is not rare. It is not a sign that something is wrong with you. When marketing researcher James Kellaris at the University of Cincinnati surveyed hundreds of people, nearly 98% said they had experienced it. Almost everyone, every age, every culture that has been studied. If you have a brain and you have heard music, you get earworms. Think about how strange that is. Your brain is the most energy-hungry organ you own. It burns roughly a fifth of everything you eat. It ruthlessly deletes information it decides you do not need, which is why you cannot remember what you had for lunch 9 days ago. And yet, this same brain, this brutal efficiency machine, will happily spend hours replaying the chorus of a song you do not even like. Why would it waste the fuel? The first clue came from asking a simple question. Which songs get stuck? If earworms were random, any music would do it equally. They are not random. In 2016, music psychologist Kelly Jakubowski and her colleagues at Durham University analyzed thousands of reports of stuck songs and compared the earworm songs to similar songs that never got stuck. A pattern emerged. Earworm songs tend to be faster. They tend to use simple, common melodic shapes, the kind of rising and falling contours found in nursery rhymes. And then, inside that simplicity, they hide something unexpected, an unusual leap, an odd interval, a rhythmic hiccup that breaks the pattern just enough to snag your attention. Simple enough to predict, surprising enough to notice, that combination is the hook. Not just in the songwriting sense, in the neurological sense. Your brain is caught between two of its favorite things, a pattern it can complete and a puzzle it cannot quite solve, and it keeps reaching for both. To understand why that traps you, you have to look at a discovery made almost a century ago, and it had nothing to do with music. In the 1920s, a Lithuanian psychologist named Bluma Zeigarnik was sitting in a Vienna café when she noticed something about the waiters. They could hold enormous complicated orders in their heads without writing anything down. But the moment the bill was paid, the order vanished. Ask a waiter about a finished table and he would draw a blank. Ask about an open one and he could recite every dish. Zeigarnik took this into the lab and confirmed it. People remember unfinished tasks far better than finished ones. Your brain keeps open loops alive. It holds them in the light, nagging at you until they are closed. Psychologists now call this the Zeigarnik effect. Now apply that to a melody. What happens when you hear only part of a song? What happens when the chorus plays in a store and the door slides shut behind you before the verse resolves? You have an open loop, an unfinished task. Your brain does what it evolved to do with unfinished business. It keeps the file open, it replays the fragment, reaching for the ending, and because the fragment is all it has, it loops back to the start and reaches again, and again. The song is not stuck because it is finished. The song is stuck because it is not. This is why earworms are almost never whole songs. Researchers find that people usually loop a fragment, often the chorus, typically 10 to 20 seconds long. A slice, a wedge of melody with no resolution attached. Your ancestors used this exact machinery to remember the location of an unpicked berry patch or a conversation left dangerous and unresolved. You use it to replay a soda commercial. The hardware is ancient, the content is new, but an open loop still needs a trigger to open. So what pulls the trigger? Music psychologist Victoria Williamson, working with a team at Goldsmiths in London, collected thousands of real-world earworm reports to find out. Recent,